Here's the first. For this deck, the Oathbreaker is Calix, Destiny's Hand. He costs 2 of any, 1 green, 1 white. His +1 is to look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an enchantment from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. His -3 is you exile target creature or an enchantment you don't control until target enchantment you do control leaves the battlefield, and his -7 returns all enchantments from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now the signature spell paired with him is Idyllic Tutor. 2 of any and a white for a sorcery. Search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. This helps for getting any kind of solution for any situation. Removal for an opponent's creature or planeswalker, or even just a game closer. Then first off, we will run through some of the removal effects with Faith Unbroken, 3 white, 1 of any for an enchantment aura. Enchant a creature you control, that enchanted creature gets +2/+2, but also when it enters the battlefield, you get to exile target creature an opponent controls until Faith Unbroken leaves the battlefield. Then we have classic, Swords to Plowshares, 1 white instant, exile target creature, its controller gains life equal to its power. Then we've got Banishing Light, 2 of any, 1 white for an enchantment, and when it enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Banishing Light leaves the battlefield. Then we can get into the evasion or protection effects. First off, we have Ghostly Prison, a classic. 2 of any, 1 white for an enchantment. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 for each creature he or she controls that's attacking you. Then, for evasion, we have Unquestioned Authority. 2 of any and 1 white for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has protection from creatures, making it untargetable, unblockable. Pretty good effects, and also when it enters you draw a card as well. So it helps refill your hand a bit, or at least replace itself. Then we have... where is it here? Here we go. Unflinching Courage. 1 green, 1 white, 1 of any, enchantment aura, enchant creature. The enchanted creature gets +2/+2, trample, and lifelink. And then here we will go through our card draw package for the deck. First off, we have Crewfix's Insight. 2 of any, 1 green for a sorcery. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library, put up to 3 enchantment cards from among them into your hand, and the rest of the revealed cards into your graveyard. And then we have Eidolon of Blossoms. Constellation. Whenever it or another enchantment enters the battlefield, draw a card. Then we have Sage's Reverie. 3 of any, 1 white for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature, and when it enters, you draw a card for each aura you control that's attached to a creature. And also, the equipped or enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura attached to it. Then, Satyr Enchanter. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. Enchantress's Presence. 2 of any, 1 green for an enchantment. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. And then probably one of the best enchantresses now is Citizen Champion. 2 of any, 1 green for a creature, 1/3 human warrior. Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Citizen Champion and draw a card. Then we can get into some more search effects with Heliod's Pilgrim. 2 of any, 1 white for a creature human cleric. You may search your library for an aura card when it enters, and if you do, put it into your hand and shuffle your library. Then we have Open the Armory. 1 white, 1 of any for a sorcery. Search your library for an aura or equipment card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Then, just as a nice little helpful thing, we have Authority of the Consuls. 1 white for an enchantment. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain 1 life. Then here we can get into our ramp and semi-ramp, where we have these cards. So first off, Herald of the Pantheon. 1 of any, 1 green for creature Centaur Shaman. It's a 2/2, and enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you gain 1 life. There's a card that I'll be showing later that really likes having the life gain, and several of these cards gain you life. Then, Courser of Crufix. 2 green, 1 of any for a 2/4 enchantment creature Centaur. Play with the top card of your library revealed, and you may play the top card of your library if it's a land card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Then we have Bear Umbra. 2 green, 2 of any for an enchantment aura. And enchanted creature gets +2/+2, and whenever this creature attacks, untap all lands you control, and it also gives totem armor. Then we have some basic aura ramp. We have Fertile Ground, 1 green, 1 of any for an enchantment aura, enchant land. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for 1 mana, or tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of any color. Dawn's Reflection, same thing, doubles the effect for pretty much double the cost. 1 green, 3 of any, enchantment aura, enchant land. Whenever enchant land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 2 mana in any combination of colors. Then we can get into some of our big beefy creatures to enchant, and also just help out in the game. So first off, probably one of the best game enders in the deck, we have Heliod, Suncrowned. 2 of any for 1 and 1 white for an indestructible legendary enchantment creature god. He's a 5/5, and as long as your devotion to white is less than 5, he isn't a creature. Thankfully, with how much double white we have in this deck and single white creatures and enchantments, you're gonna get him going most of the time as a creature. And whenever you gain life, you get a 1/1 counter on target creature or enchantment you control, and you can pay 1 and 1 white to give another target creature lifelink until end of turn. Then, just as a little bit of a buffer against your opponents, we have Eidolon of Obstruction. 1 white, 1 of any for an enchantment creature spirit. It's a 2/1 with first strike, but loyalty abilities of your planeswalkers that your opponents control, or of planeswalkers your opponents control, cost 1 more to activate. So if it costs 0 mana normally, it will make it cost 1. Then we have Destiny Spinner. 1 green, 1 of any for a 2/3 enchantment creature human. Creature and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. Then you can pay 3 and a green, target land you control becomes an XX elemental creature with trample and haste until end of turn, where X is number of enchantments you control. It's still a land. Nylea's Colossus, also a really good game ender. 6 of any and a green for an enchantment creature giant. It's a 6/6 and has Constellation. Whenever it or another enchantment enters the battlefield, double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Then we have Siona, Captain of the Peleus. 1 of any, 1 green, 1 white for a 2/2 human soldier. When she enters, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an aura card from among them and put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Then, when an aura becomes attached to a creature you control, create a 1/1 white human soldier token. Now, with her, you're sometimes going to whiff and not get any auras, but most of the time you do hit one with how high of an amount we have in here. Then here's not quite as good of a card, but it's still in here because it can do stuff. We have Favorite of Aerois. 2 of any, 1 white for a 2/2 creature human soldier. It has Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, it gains double strike until end of turn. Then we have Ajani's Chosen. 2 of any and 2 white for a 3/3 creature cat soldier. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 white cat creature token. If that enchantment is an aura, you may attach it to the token. Yami Vaya Enchantress. 1 green, 2 of any for a 2/2 human druid creature. it gets +1/+1 for each enchantment on the battlefield. Then we have All That Glitters, 1 of any, 1 white. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. Then we have Daybreak Coronet, 2 white for an enchantment aura. Enchant a creature with another aura already enchanted to it, but it gives the enchanted creature +3/+3 first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. Then we have Snake Umbra, 2 of any and 1 green for enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. And it also gives the creature totem armor. And then Classic, Sigil of the Empty Throne, 3 of any, 2 white for an enchantment. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. Then we have Elderwood Scion, 3 of any, 1 green, 1 white for a creature elemental 4/4 with trample and lifelink. Spells you cast that target Elderwood Scion cost 2 less to cast. Spells your opponents cast that target Elderwood Scion cost 2 more to cast. Then we have Ghostblade Eidolon, 2 of any and 1 white for an enchantment creature spirit, 1/1, and it has double strike. Or you can bestow it for 5 of any and 1 white, and it gives the enchanted creature +1/+1 in double strike. Then, one of our best ways to end the game is Hydra Omnivore. Since it is a multiplayer format, this card does amazing. 4 of any and 2 green for an 8/8, and when it deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. And now we have a very basic mana base with Selesnya Sanctuary, Secluded Steppe, Blossoming Sands, Tranquil Expanse, Evolving Wilds, Selesnya Guildgate, New Benalia, enters tapped and you scry 1. That one I feel like I should mention. Krosan Verge, enters tapped, pay 2, tap it. You can sack it and search your library for plains and a forest card. If I had Temple Garden, I would be running Temple Garden in this deck. Moswort Bridge, it enters tapped, but when it does, you gotta look at the top 4 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Then it taps for a green, or you can pay a green and tap it and play the exiled card without paying its mana cost, if you control power 10 or greater among creatures you control. And then we have Command Tower. Taps for 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Then we have 6 plains and 7 forests. And that is Calix enchantments for Oathbreaker.